is about the temperature in this room. Here.
I love it. Oh my God.
Yes.
She can make it real hot here. Beaming in from Chicago, Illinois. Please welcome Trish Sullivan.
Woo!
Yee.
Is it hot in here? Is it hot in here?
Oh, that's enough of that. Yes, it is hot in here, everybody. Thank you for coming. Welcome to the February edition of Is It Hot in Here? This month, we're doing some new things. I'm really excited. We're having men on this show for the first time as performers instead of just in the audience. Yeah,
We're raining men.
Oh, wow.
it's raining men. That's right. So I'm really excited about this lineup. It's oh shit. Always something. It's always something. God damn it. No thanks. Where is the phone? Off. I tell you, every single month I do something else wrong. At least it's a new mistake every time. That's how I like to look at it. Oh my God. So I'm, like I was saying, I'm really excited for tonight's show. We have an amazing lineup. I think you're going to have a great time. If you've seen the show before, you know we've never had men before. Tonight we're going to have not one, but two. They're both awesome guys and they're really funny. So just before we get started, I want to ask a couple of favors of the audience members. First, keep your mic on. We like to hear your laughter. And second, if your dog, cat, kid, spouse, neighbor, your radio spontaneously starts playing, Alexa acts up, whatever, mute yourself. Because we really appreciate that. We want everybody to hear everything. And third, when you talk during a performance, unless the comedian has asked you a question or is doing what we call in the business crowd work, that's called heckling, and you don't want to be that guy. So don't be that guy.
Nice.
So ladies, gentlemen, other people, Steve, welcome to Is It Hot in Here? So before we get started, I want to clear up a few things. No, I do not have a great meatloaf recipe. And no, I'm not your favorite lunch lady from your middle school cafeteria. I'm just not. But yes, I do have 47 cats in my backyard, and I will feed you to them if you piss me off. The last part's a lie. I don't have a backyard. I live in an apartment building. The cats are in the side bedroom. So I don't want to take up too much of your time with me tonight. Plus, I'm not prepared because I got, when Facebook wouldn't let me share the stream because we were abusive for some reason, I got flustered and I forgot to work on my set. So I'm going to start with our first comedian. She's awesome. I've seen her a couple of times and I've really enjoyed her. She was named one of Time Out LA's top comics of 2020. So welcome to your screen, Julia Austin.
Ooh. I can't believe that you got banned. Were you like just rolling in that meatloaf you make naked or something? Like, what were you doing, Trish? I can't. That's a bummer, but that's okay. The YouTubers can handle it. They watch really gross stuff on there. I've gotten off track already. Really happy to be here today. The pandemic has been, hard on me for many reasons. These shows keep me sane. I had kind of a weird moment in the pandemic where I got the stimulus check, which I'm sure, many of us got the stimulus check. And it was a very emotionally complicated moment because on the one hand, I was like really excited to get the money. On the other hand, it was the first time I learned that I was poor. I didn't, I got that check and I saw it in my bank account. I was like, nice. Oh, shit. I thought I was like killing it financially, and then I qualified. I was like, oh, I see what's going on. Yeah, I financially, the credit card companies keep sending me solicitations for their cards, and it's very obvious that they have not researched my spending habits or my situation at all, right? Because they'll send me offers that are like, if you spend $5,000 on travel and dining in the first 3 months, you can get $700 in cash back. And I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I'm never going to get to the rewards. I don't do those things. I don't spend money on those things. Like, where's the credit card that rewards you for buying, like, the meat at the grocery store that needs to be eaten today? I'd be printing money. If there was a card that rewarded you for that, I would be printing money. If there was a card that rewarded you for combining several coupons at CVS and including expired ones, I would love to get a card for that. Let's see. When I visit my mom, I get to live a little bit larger. She takes me.
I'm afraid I'm gonna want it.
Is somebody having a conversation with Alexa during this? Is someone asking Alexa, is this comedian funny? She is not. Okay, that's okay. That interrupted my joke, and that's okay. We're all doing our best here, right? No one knows what's going on. I'm wearing lipstick, so you think I showered. We're really kind of all doing it. You know what I mean? Fine. Okay. No, I was saying that my mom, I visit her every so often, and she's really sweet. My mom, the thing about her is she's never had to work a day in her life. She married, she had a rich dad. She married my rich dad. They don't give me any of their money, so you can still like me. But because of her life experience, she doesn't always know about some pretty common things that working individuals know about, right? Like, she called me from her yearly trip to Sweden. She's Swedish. And she was like, Julia, it's very exciting. We're staying in this building full of miniature houses, and all the miniature houses open up into the same hallway. And I was like, that's an apartment building. That's what that is. I don't know. We go to these really nice restaurants when I visit her, or as every nice restaurant is called, a ristoranti. If it's called a ristoranti, you're screwed. Okay, it's too expensive. It's not gonna work out. Ristorantis have a new trend, a type of food item they make that's called the deconstructed, whatever it is, right? They make deconstructed burgers, deconstructed salads, deconstructed sandwiches. And what it is it's a food that they have not made yet. And they charge you an exorbitant amount for it, right? Like, it's just, the deconstructed salad is just a head of lettuce they ripped out of the ground, still has the dirt on it. They put it on your plate, and it's fancy and it's very expensive. I went to one place, I ordered the deconstructed Cobb salad, and they told me where the nearest Trader Joe's was, and that cost me $42. So those are the trends now, people. I don't know what to tell you. My husband and I have been together for a very long time, and everyone looks at a couple and kind of, you all do it. You all look at a couple and you're like, who's the more attractive one here? Everyone's like, who's, everyone wants to know, right? But my husband and I are like right on the line with each other, like right there, like you, and it's a miserable place to be. You just want to know where you stand, So we'll meet people and they do that cute thing people say to couples where they're like, well, somebody got lucky. And I'm like, who? We've been together for a long time. We don't have as much sex as we used to, obviously, sex eventually, when you've been together for like almost a decade, sex becomes this task that you just have to do to maintain intimacy. Those are my husband's words. I asked if we could have sex tomorrow, and he was like, can't we just have a nice day? I mean, here's the thing. Like, if anyone here is in a long-term relationship, here's what right? Like, couples have less sex over time. Why is that? I can tell you why. You need to be in a good mood to have sex, and it's like hard to be in a good mood the longer you're alive. I Okay, I had to wait for it. I literally said to my husband once, quick, let's bang before the sadness comes back.
Oh.
Gotta find those pockets of time. You gotta find those specific pockets of time. When we got married, a lot of people came to us with advice on how to keep things spicy and exciting. And a lot of that advice, if you pay close attention, is about having sex with someone who's not your spouse. That's kind of what it is. Like my one married friend, he was like, okay, Julie, this is how my wife and I keep things exciting. We'll meet at like some hotel bar we've never been to. We wear wigs, we wear disguises, we make up entire personas, pretend like we don't know each other. We hit it off, we get a room, we go upstairs. My wife turns around, and right before we do it, someone else comes in and I have sex with them. But you gotta pay attention to these people. We surprisingly, in spite of our low sex life, did have a pregnancy scare not long ago. And of course, my husband right away was like, well, are you taking your pill on time? And then I get, it's frustrating as a woman because first of all, what does it have to do with anything? No. No, as a woman, it is frustrating because like all the pressure's on you. You have to take your pill at the same time every day. They're trying to level the playing field they're currently developing a male birth control pill. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't. Gentlemen here, are you going to take your little pill on time every day? Or are you guys all you're going to be out drinking with your boys and oh, sorry guys, that's my alarm. I can take my pill. Are you going to, it's not going to, they're not going to take their damn pills. 2 months after the release of this thing, you're going to turn on the news and they're going to be like, in breaking news, every woman in the world is pregnant. Yeah, that makes sense. That checks out. That definitely checks out. We've been watching a lot of Netflix, as I'm sure a lot of people have been. Trish, remember, I need a DM when I have the light, okay? Because I'm not going to see the light. We've been watching a lot of Netflix, and we were like scrolling through, the different movie options, and this one came up we were kind of interested in, and it was called What Men Want. So if you've seen the Mel Gibson movie, What Women Want, this is the opposite, right? So a woman in this movie can hear men's thoughts. I haven't seen the movie, but I assume it's a horror film. I do not want to know what men are thinking. Are you kidding me? Like, just based on what you guys say, I didn't make it out. Women, please keep in mind, next time a guy says something creepy to you, there was a rough draft of that.
Wow.
You know what it was. I don't know. I say these things and really I still like love when men hit on me. The other day, a college boy hit on me and I was so excited. Like I just rode that wave for a week. I was so happy. And then the next week, a different college boy called me Mr. So we were right back where we started. In his defense, I mean, I am not putting a lot of effort into my appearance these days, but like I'm tired, I put in many hard years of looking good. You know what I mean? With the eyeliner and the freaking waist trainer, it's a hard time I put in. Okay. And I'm done. I think I earned tenure and I should be able to coast at this point. That's what I think, but like, I do have this situation now where when I meet new people who didn't know me when I was younger, I was like, how do I let them know that I'm technically a hot person? So I just carry around a photo of me when I was 19 and I just show it to new people that I meet. I'm like, there you go. You can see hot, just so you know what you're dealing with. Okay. Technically. Sometimes I'm like, should I put more of an effort into my look for my husband? But then I'm like, I got a good personality. I don't gotta do that. I'm not going to am I going to get dressed up so he can listen to the Joe Rogan podcast all day? No, I'm not doing that. Okay. It's not. Okay, you guys, that was my time. Thank you so much for having me.
Woo! Everybody give it up for Julia. That was awesome. When you were talking about the deconstructed food, it reminded me of the, you buy your kid, or at least I used to buy my kid toys, and half the time they weren't actually the toy. They were a kit to make the toy. Like the Malibu Barbie dream car or whatever. It was like 4 hours of work. My sister and I did it together. No glue sniffing involved. They didn't have glue anymore. I mean, they don't even make it fun. It's just like punishment. So,
Julia, I'd like to apologize. It wasn't Alexa. It was, our dog's name is Lexi. And she was trying to make her stop. So it wasn't
I don't need to apologize. I love dogs. A dog interruption is better than anything I have to say.
that is true.
Yeah, she's a super cute dog, but she was zooming through the house.
Okay.
And so it was like, Lexi, stop.
See, this is what we were talking about with the heckling. Shh.
I know, but
Denise.
This is her.
There's the culprit.
Okay, here we go.
She's the heckler.
Whenever you guys say the name of that robot person, mine starts talking to me in the corner. So
I apologize, Julia.
Like a puppy. Like, oh, are you paying attention? Are you paying attention? Okay, so we're gonna move on to our next comedian. She is really funny. She is coming to us from Philadelphia, one of my favorite cities that I've never actually been to. But I feel like I would like it there a lot.
Baby.
She is also a published author. She has a novel called Smile and Walk Away, available on, in ebook and paperback on a whole bunch of places, including Amazon and Barnes and Noble. And she also told me that when she was in high school, she got in a lot of trouble for writing sexually explicit and anti-government stories, and now she gets paid to do it as an adult. So that's really exciting. She also is the co-host of, or co-producer of a Zoom comedy show called Things That Used to Scare Me. Everybody give it up for Dani Riedel.
Woo! Trish, thank you so much. Hey, how's everybody doing?
Good.
I do have a special guest tonight. This is a surprise, unexpected special guest. Let me introduce. This is Henry David Perot. Henry David Perot is making an appearance tonight at his request because he broke into the room and learned how to use a doorknob at a very inconvenient time earlier this evening. So welcome, Henry. Thanks for being with us today. So Henry, would you like to tell everyone what you're going to be doing in 6 weeks? Why, yes, Mommy. In 6 weeks, I'm having surgery to have all the teeth pulled out of my mouth. Because my gums are destroying them because I have a rare autoimmune condition.
Oh, wow.
That's a shame, Henry. Why on earth would this be happening to you? Well, Mommy, I guess it's because I was born during the Trump administration. But we'll take good care of him. Anyway, I just came from an AA meeting. That's what I call putting fresh batteries in my vibrator. Seriously, though, I'm an alcoholic. I have been sober for 2.5 years since, thank you, August of 2019. If you're doing the math, I did say 2.5 years. Sobriety time in 2020 earns double points. So yes, 2.5 years. Yeah. No, but it's a bitch because right now, all of you are discovering how great day drinking is for the first time. So you can stop judging me for it now. I'm judging you for waiting to try it until there was a universal excuse. And homeschooling your kids at the same time. Please, the worst thing I ever did while day drunk was cut in line at Trader Joe's, and I felt really bad about it. But I had a problem. Whatever. No, day drinking, I feel like day drinking has actually like betrayed me. Like it's a punk band that signed to a major label and left all its original fans behind once it got cool. Yeah. But no, I seriously, man, I don't like the term recovering alcoholic. I prefer inactive lush. It's nicer. But you know who else? You know who else is an alcoholic? Literally every Disney princess. Think about the childhoods they had, right? Okay, so like Cinderella did not need a fairy godmother or a husband or a dress. Cinderella needed child protective services. Snow White's stepmother resorted to murder for hire. Do you think she's not somewhere right now, like cutting herself and crying out for parental approval and shit-faced on Angry Orchard? And Sleeping Beauty, like, my God, and don't get me started with the consent issues here. She has sleeping in her name. At least the prince who kissed Snow White thought she was dead. You know what? I don't know which one's worse. I just really don't know which one's worse. But for real though, you can't watch a Disney movie, not from the 90s or before, as an adult without just thinking, which princess is going to have which PTSD symptom when she's in her 30s? Except maybe Ariel. The Little Mermaid, like, I feel like had a healthier childhood than most of them, but she did have her own set of quirks. Do you remember The Little Mermaid was a hoarder? Ariel had a collection of garbage in a cave in the sea where she kept the stuff that reminded her of the guy she had a crush on, like a few of us possibly in middle school. But she would hang around in her hoarder room and sing songs about it. Right? And I don't think this problem got better. My theory is that at the end of the film, it got worse. And hear me out about this. Ariel, the Little Mermaid, has legs now, which means she has a clit now. I think she always did. No, she always did. I feel like the mermaid clit is just, it's there's a scale, but Ariel wakes up one morning and just all of a sudden there's no scale and she's just like, oh, holy shit. So there's no way she's not hoarding vibrators. No. There's a room in Prince Eric's castle where she is just hoarding her vibrators. And she's still singing about it, though, naturally. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Eric thinks this one massages my feet. I've got rabbits and dildos aplenty. I've got bullets and rockets galore. You want Hitachi wands? I've got 20. It's a big step up from, like, I guess what mermaids had to do as mermaids, which is just kind of like follow motorboats around like this all the time. And you know who else, like, I don't think is an alcoholic, but should be? Harry Potter. How the fuck does Harry Potter not have PTSD? This kid was orphaned, abused for over a decade by his foster family, like psychologically tortured, and then forced to do epic battle with Wizard Hitler. He's just fucking fine? He's fine? Like, no. You can suspend a lot of disbelief when you read those books, but I'm sorry, there is no way that Harry Potter turns into a well-adjusted, successful, untraumatized, undamaged adult after this. There is no way. But they were great books, though, I will say. It's too bad that nobody wrote them. There was that one individual who claimed to have written them, but nah, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. But hey, do you want to hear my J.K. Rowling impression?
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Hang on, let me
Yes.
get into like full bitch character to do it. Only people who were born with my genitals can identify as female. Bitch, you wrote a book where the villain used to say only people born with my bloodlines can do magic. Fuck you. Wow, being sober makes you really mad at things sometimes. Like The Bachelor. Who the fuck thought of the show The Bachelor? It's a show about polyamory, but it's a game show and the prize is monogamy. Jesus. I knew that I really had to quit drinking though, because my liver yelled at me one morning. I woke up, I made myself my favorite beverage, a Kentucky coffee, which if you've never had one, it's great. It's a bottle of Maker's Mark with a bendy straw in it. I highly recommend it. My liver said, bitch, it's 10 a.m. I have a day job and a wife and kidneys to support. Can you fucking stop so I can't spend all day metabolizing your breakfast whiskey? Happens to the best of us, I guess. Anyway, as you may have noticed at some point tonight, if I have turned to the side at any point, I am in fact Jewish, and I really, really hate to perpetuate any negative Jewish stereotypes like the fact that we're horrible at sports, but I do need, in our defense, just to say that the space laser was meant to hit Mar-a-Lago. Dani Riedel, have a great night.
That last, I wish you'd hit him. That's, I just wish you'd hit him. You said that now that you're sober, you're angry. I was introduced on a show the other night by somebody, a friend of mine, who said, she's not as angry as she seemed. And I said, I am angrier than I seem. So, and my family will attest to that. Okay, so that was great. Moving on to our next comedian. This is a first for us. The first time a man has performed on Is It Hot in Here? And when I decided to invite a man or men to perform on one of our shows, this is the first person I thought of. He is, first of all, he's a great guy. The last time I performed live was in a show that he produced back 300 years ago on March 8th, 2020. Literally a week before the world shut down on International Women's Day. So that was a really fun show and I really appreciated it. But he's a Chicagoan. He's a producer, performer. He co-hosts a podcast, and last summer's comedy album, Laughter is Good for the Soul, debuted at #1 on iTunes. And it is really funny. When I think of just a 2-word phrase to describe him, it's always be positive. Everybody give it up for Dario Durham.
Yay!
Yeah, hell yeah. Thank you, Trish. I appreciate you for having me. But more importantly, I appreciate you introducing me so nicely in front of all these white people. It feels good. I feel like I got instant credibility right now. Oh, man. This must be what a cosigner feel like. You know what though? Trish, this is your family, right? If I'm understanding this right, most of this is your family right here, right?
A lot of these people are my family.
Yeah, that's good. This is not the first time I've been introduced to a white woman's family. So I know how to act. This is not new to me. I've been down this road. Quick question. I got to get this out, man, because I've been drinking and I'm all out of yak right now, but I've been drinking. Is Alicia and Karen's picture the same? Are they all the same people? Is that 2 different people? I don't know. Like, just look. Okay, all right. Because I was like, in my head, I was like, damn, all white people look the same. But no, this could be the liquor. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, they do look the same.
I do.
I mean, look, right? Don't they look alike? I was like, in my head, I was like, it's a lot of shit in this drink. You know what I mean? You know what's
They
crazy?
look alike.
Hey, man, look. Hey, my girl made this drink. And my girl made this drink. I want to tell you about this. Is 2020. This is the problems that we run into with the 2020. Because me and my girl, we ain't got no problems, man. Like, we ain't got no problems. But when you spend time with a partner or anybody, you know, throughout a whole year because of pandemic, we ain't got no choice. You know, y'all start to bicker over shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just give you an example of what's been going on, right? So she made this drink, okay? And I had a bunch of it in there. And I know what was in here. You know, shit just tastes good to me. And so I was like, damn, what you put in this? And she said grenadine. I was like, damn, you put some Geraldine in this? She's like, who the fuck is Geraldine? I was like, I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was like, look, first of all, your hearing go when you drunk. All right, like you start to drink, your hearing go. I mean, and like, so I had to slow down. This ain't the first time she popped off with me, man. All right, look. So I don't know, man. Like during quarantine, like I said, me and her good. But this is where the problem started. This is where I fucked up in quarantine. Okay, so it get quiet. It get quiet around the house, right? When you just bored, you know what I mean. You just sit around the house. You got your phone. Y'all scrolling on social media. We were scrolling on social media, both quiet. And all you heard on my phone, out of nowhere, all you heard was, "I think my butt getting big. Butt getting big." Man, let me tell you. First of all, I wanted to scroll up. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I felt like the ending was gonna be good. I don't know, man. And that just opened the floodgates for everything I did. Here she go. Now I'm in trouble for everything. I'm sitting at the desk. This same spot right here, right? I got windows on the other side of this camera. You can't see, but I'm sitting there. It's summertime, right? Windows is open. It was the world's greatest breeze. Okay, like I'm telling you, this breeze couldn't have been any better. And all I said was this: damn, that breeze feel good as hell. Without thinking, ladies. I don't know how y'all brain works so goddamn fast. This is what she said to me. If you had to choose between me or a cool breeze for the rest of your life, who would you choose? What? 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 So naturally, I took the spiritual warfare route. I said, first of all, that's the breath of God. And don't you ever talk back to him. I mean, like, that shit wild, man. That shit wild, dude. I don't know. It's been wild on quarantine, but when we good, we good. All right. Like when we good, we good. So like we've been great. Like we went grocery shopping. And let me tell you how we bonded, y'all. This is how we bonded. I don't know how long I can tell this joke before I get caught, but we've been stealing. All right. Like, we've been legit straight up stealing, not spending money on products. So what we've been taking might fuck your mind up, but it's been LaCroix. Okay. So we've been stealing. Like, all right, let me tell you how we got to this point in our life. All right. So went to the grocery store. We shop like everybody else shop, man. You put the stuff in the cart, all the big shit go in the bottom. We go to the checkout line, you know what I mean? And you know, we doing our normal routine. I'm loading the shit up. I put the little divider down so people don't think my coronavirus gonna jump from food to the damn food. You know what I mean? So we got in the car and started loading the shit up in the trunk. And next thing I was like, oh damn, baby, we took the LaCroix. We ain't pay for LaCroix. She was like, dang, man. And in my head, I was like, we're not going back in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? But then we got to the house and it hit me. I was like, yo, we just stole that LaCroix. I'm never paying for that shit again. Like, I'm never doing like, that shit. And y'all know, if anybody out there drink LaCroix, look, I can't even say the shit. Look, if you drink LaCroix, you know that shit is $10 a case. I'm not paying $10. That shit tastes like Channel 3. I'm not buying that shit. So I came up with a plan. I said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this shit again. We're going to steal this shit again. So next time we went out to the grocery store, we had a plan. The plan was She gonna go through the line. I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna distract the bagger, okay? Because I think that's what worked. So that's what we did.
Oh my God.
I know this shit crazy, ain't it, Sally? Sully, ain't it? This shit, Sully. I got it. I told you the liquor. But it's crazy. All right, so this is what happened. This is suspenseful. All right, so this is what happened. So we get through the checkout line. We do all the shit, big shit on the bottom, right? We go to the checkout lane. I'm a huge Denzel Washington fan, all right? I'm a huge Denzel Washington fan. I think he's one of the greatest actors of our time, right? I don't know why, but I channeled him for this moment. She looked at me, I looked at her, and all I did was that movie shit. I did this. I did that. That's all I did. I did that. It's like the subtlest thing, but it had my ass hyped. I was ready to go, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm talking to the bagger, right? I was like, all right, here we go. Now, y'all, I'm a comedian. I sat here for 7 minutes now and bullshitted. I don't know why I got in front of this man and I couldn't figure out the bullshit to say. This is what the conversation was. I said, hey, man, man, this coronavirus is crazy, ain't it? He bagging the shit. He's like, yeah, man, this is crazy. I was like, yeah, shit. Whew, man, it's gotta be tough doing this job. He was like, yeah, man, it's kind of crazy. You know, I'm essential. I was like, yeah, that's a good thing, man. You know, you got to wear them gloves though, man. It's got to be hard. He was like, yeah, maybe a little bit. I was like, yeah, because you can't open a bag like this no more. You can't do that no more. I don't know what the fuck it was, but he looked at my ass so crazy. Y'all, look, I didn't know. The conversation started going. It didn't make no sense. It didn't make no sense. I looked at her. I was like, let's hurry up and get the fuck out of here. Like, let's get that. Shit is. I was scared as hell, y'all. I was scared. You know what? Hard. I'm gonna take a hard left right here. All right, I'm gonna take a hard left. Y'all want to know because they said this was what they told you about 2020. If you set your ass in the house all day, you know they said if 2020 didn't bring the hustle out of you, it just ain't in you. Have y'all heard people say that? And I feel like that's a little bit unfair. You know what I mean? It's a little bit unfair. If you won't take your time, sit at your house, that's on you. You know what I mean? Other people hustle. That's different. You know what I'm saying? You want to know if you broke or not. Just talk to anybody. And if they go like this in the middle of your story, if they do that, you broke as hell. All right, like you a broke son of a bitch because your story literally too cute to relate to. Like they can't relate to what you're saying. Also, if you want to know if you broke or not, if you want to know who a hustler is, because honestly, broke people are hustlers. I'm not even mad at broke people. You know, I've been so broke before. My favorite toy used to be the magnets on my grandma's refrigerator. You know what I mean? Like, so I get it because you know the magnets on the refrigerator was always food, and it was more food on the refrigerator. Than you know what I mean? So I feel like I'm at will. I could talk about this subject right here. Like I know what broke is. But this is how you can tell if somebody else is broke without asking them. All you got to do is go over to their house. Go in the bathroom. Wash your hands. Use the soap dispenser. If you press that motherfucker and nothing but water splash out in your hand.
Yeah.
That motherfucker broke, all right? They literally trying to make something out of nothing. You know what I mean? Like, hey, y'all, that's been my time. I appreciate you. Thank you, Trish, for having me on here.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
All right, we're just gonna do this.
See, I knew you would be perfect. That was so funny. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And yeah, ladies, there's more than one way to be hot in here, isn't there? Okay. Anyhow, moving on. My glasses are steamed up from laughing so hard. So our next comedian is super funny. I really enjoy her too. She used to live in Hawaii and now she lives in California. And I don't know if that makes her a little nuts. It's something that because I think if I got to Hawaii, I might not leave. But she moved to Sacramento and started doing stand-up at the tender age of 52. So I don't know how long she's been doing it, but she's sometimes called the Blonde Flamingo. And she is our next comedian. Everybody give it up for Jacqui Pirl.
Hey, everybody. Woo.
Woo!
Yes, indeed. 55. I've been through a lot of changes recently, okay? I turned 55 last April. And like anybody else who had a birthday after February, I had a COVID birthday. It sucked. And I was really upset because my favorite Tinder dude before the lockdown did not call me, did not write on my timeline, didn't send me a text, nothing, no happy birthday at all. The dude is 30. I turned 55. I thought that was a big deal, you know? So I was pissed. And I went in my bedroom with my cat and threw a full-blown like 2-year-old temper tantrum. And then I grabbed my phone and I just blocked him on all the social media. I was like, screw this, you know? And the thing is with social media, and I'm quite new to this, is that they can find you on other social media and slide into your DMs like a 12-year-old going to a water park for the first time, you know, woo, here I am. So he hit me up about 4 days later. And he said, oh my God, baby, I'm so sorry. I totally forgot about, you know, your birthday, and I'll make it up to you when all this is over, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm thinking 30 years old, I'm 55, screw you. And I texted him back and I just said, look who's crying over spoiled MILF now. And I blocked his ass. But yeah, I turned 55. I divorced my cheating husband. I was married for 25 years. He's a pharmacist. I found out at about year 19 that he was.
No. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Must have been bad.
Oh,
No.
Strippers that I was comfortable with. And he didn't even invite me to that party. You know, It was crazy. Anyway, and then after living in Honolulu for 33 years, I decided to move to Sacramento. Like Trish said, why? Because my life did not suck enough at that point. I figured just grab the barrel of kerosene, we'll start the whole damn thing on fire and start over. And then, yes, I decided to become a stand-up comic. For those of you who don't know, that's a really sound financial choice, you know, pharmacist wife, stand-up comic. Yeah. What I'm trying to tell you is I make really bad life decisions. Okay. Really bad ones. But I am dating again for the first time since 1989, you guys. That's when I met my ex, 1989. Like the internet wasn't even born yet. Right. Like this is how old I am. My mother woke me up for the actual moon landing. I was 4, you know. I'm so old that back in my day, consent was just that 5th beer. On one hand, I have my adult kids setting up my dating profile because they know more about the internet than I do. And on the other hand, I have my 75-year-old mother trying to set me up with her widowed friends. So I'll move back to Minnesota, don't you know? Oh, yeah, sure, you betcha. And take care of her in her old age, you know. This is my mother. What, Jacqui, don't you know? I saw Norm the other day. Yeah, his wife died. You should call him. What? What? Mom, I'm 55 years old. Please stop trying to pimp me out to your friends, okay? The funny thing is, if I went out with all the old men my mother thinks I should go out with, I would actually be the slut she thinks I am. I can't win. I can't win. It's awful. Yeah, there's a few things. I read an article the other day and it said, you know, these are the things that you should be worried about in middle age. And I didn't like this article at all, but they said, oh my God, you're going to have wrinkles. Okay. Yeah. Look at them. They said you're going to have weird hair growing out of weird places. They said guys will no longer find you attractive. This was not a fun article to read. I don't know why I didn't just skip by it. It was on the internet and nobody was forcing me to read it. I didn't have to do a paper on it. Your eyesight will start to fail. You'll begin to misplace things and you're going to be hormonal and bitchy. And I said, fuck that. And at the end of it, I decided I was going to write my own paper anyway, required or not. So here are my take on that. The wrinkles. Yes, I have wrinkles. Anybody my age is getting them. It's crazy. They're all over. But you know what, damn it? I earned every smile line, every laugh crease, every one of those. And when my kids sit across from me at Christmas when I'm 75, I want them to see all the gray hair and all the wrinkles. I want them to know they're the reason I look like this. And if they live their life with half as much joy and happiness as I do, they can look like this too. You know, anybody can. You'll have weird hair growing out of weird places. Absolutely true. I mean, at this age, I think I'm growing back fur and chin whiskers. And I mean, it's terrible. I've got these weird hairs, and anybody my age knows they grow right here out of the corner of your eye. Like, you can't pluck them because they hurt like hell. You can't put mess. They're worthless. Yeah. So basically at this age, unbeknownst to me, I have become a free range organic hair farmer. Whatever. Guys will no longer find you attractive. Oh, for God's sake, come on. Have you never seen The Graduate? Since the ton of time I've been trying to put. Guys have been attracted to anything they think they can put their dicks on. It's not going to change because of a birthday. No way. So yeah, get on Tinder. Go out there. It'll be fine. You too can find a 30-year-old to block. Your eyesight will start to fail you. Yes, this is true. But I'm okay with that. Like, I just consider it like beer goggles for old people, you know, like you guys look so much better from across the bar when I can't see shit. Yeah, you'll start to misplace things. That is absolutely true. You know, things like fake friends, cheating husbands. Some things are better off left misplaced. And besides, you've been misplacing your keys since you were 16. So give yourself a break. And then you're going to be hormonal and bitchy. This is true too. I mean, it really is. It's basically, I consider middle age like puberty backwards. You know, it's it's basically high school all over again, right? Nobody was saying you were washed up the first time you hit that milestone. In fact, you were suddenly important, right? So yeah, and the thing is, yes, you're horny all the time. That's a good thing, guys. You know, you're hormonal and bitchy, and honest to God, once again, you're terrified to get pregnant. So it basically what I'm saying is, guys of a certain age, your best bet at getting with that, you know, that cheerleader you might still be fantasizing about legally is to get with a 50-year-old divorcee. You know, she's willing to have sex with people in the next room. Wake up the kids is the exact same thing as don't let my dad hear, you know? After 25 years of marriage, you know, they'll be really super excited to try this new thing called sex, you know? Yeah. So fucking don't let middle age worry you. Just laugh about it. I'm going to tell you one more thing, and then I am going to get out of here. And that is, I may not know what I'm doing. I'm basically sexually autistic after being married for 25 years, but I do know how to have a good time. So I went back to Honolulu and I visited a bunch of my girlfriends. Okay. These are women who have known each other for 30 plus years. Okay. We've raised kids together. We have buried parents together. We have buried ex-husbands together. Shh, I know where the bodies are. But we're out there and we're having a great time. I mean, we're dancing. I guess you guys call it cougaring. You know, we're out there. My girlfriend, she's wearing a tiny white mini skirt. Okay. Tiny white. And she's out there dancing with some dude that looks like he walked off the stage of Baywatch. Holy dick print. I mean, get it, girl. Anyway, she goes into the bathroom, and about 20 minutes later, she comes out and she says to us, "Oh my God, I think I have my period." You guys, she's 56 years old. This stuff is not supposed to be happening. Like, get your juices flowing, but not like that, girl. So we all go diving into our purses like some crazy contestants on Let's Make a Deal, looking for the oldest tampon known to man, like Jurassic age tampon. Surprise! We don't have one, okay? So I looked at her and I said, "Girl, look, you grew up poor and Catholic. You know what to do. You ladies know this. You guys, this is going to be a PSA. you know what you do. You walk in the bathroom, right? You grab the roll of toilet paper, you pull down the banana hammock, you wrap, you tuck, and we're good to party for a new 2 hours. Don't screw up my only night out, right? So this gal, she proceeds to do 7 shots of tequila.
Oh shit.
Well, do you blame her? She's 56 years old. She's got her period and there's no chocolate in the bar, right? So anyway, she just sober my ass up to drive her home, right? So she's sitting in the car and she's like, Jacqui, I'm gonna light a cigarette. I said, I don't care, bitch. It's your car. Do whatever you want. So she lights a cigarette. Remember that white mini skirt? She goes to roll down the window, but she's too drunk to roll down the window. And she goes to ash that cigarette out the window. That ember hits the glass, goes flying off, and lands in that Molotov cocktail wick that is her makeshift tampon and starts her crotch on fire, you guys. Yeah, Trish, is it too hot in here? Oh my God. On the freeway screaming, fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! I'm hitting her with her purse, with my purse. Finally, I grabbed her damn wig. I'm trying to put that. It won't go out, right? I screech to the side of the road. I stop the car. I run over to the other side of the car. I pull her out of the car. I pull her skirt down, which must have looked insane for the cars driving by. I grab a bottle of water and I put that shit out. Oh my God. And I'm just like, I threw her back in the car and I said, bitch, you aren't going to remember shit in the morning. But you can cancel that wax appointment. You've been waxed. My name is Jacqui Pirl. You guys, thanks for having me on tonight. It was a blast.
Yeah, I was born Catholic. I remember that, and I still have this one hair that sprouts out of my chin, just one, and it just like, it doesn't just like, it's not like a little hair, it like shoots out. It's like, it's not there, and then it's 2 inches long, or 1.5 inches long, and I can't see it because. But the first time I became aware of it, I was driving my daughter, who was like 12. So this is a really long time ago, to downtown Chicago, and she's on the side, in the passenger seat, and she looks over and she goes, "Mommy, you have a hair growing out of your chin." And I could still see pretty well then. And I looked in the rearview mirror and like, oh shit, didn't have tweezers. I barely have eyebrows, so I never had tweezers. So now I have tweezers everywhere, just in case it shows up. Anyhow, that was hilarious. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed that. Oh,
Thank you.
Our next comedian is only the second man to ever appear. Is it hot in here? Woo! He's coming to us. He's from DC by way of Richmond, Virginia. He is very funny. He has a half-hour comedy show or a comedy special on YouTube called Grieving Productively that is really funny. And I think everybody should watch it because it's just awesome. And he's doing some amazing tutorials on Instagram and maybe TikTok. I don't do that thing. Some stand-up advice. It's really hilarious. Anyhow, let's see what he has to say tonight. Everybody give it up for Winston Hodges.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, give me a second. I got to calm down a little bit because I just fucking found out why Jacqui blocked my number. Like, what the? Isn't that crazy? You get fucking booked on a show and you find out like, holy fuck. I'm just kidding, guys. But this is the perfect spot on a show. Boom, you got Jacqui, then me, then Donna. I'm fucking smack dab between 2 older women. Let's do this thing, baby. There is no better way to do comedy, man. I got Jacqui, a friend I've met on Zoom, Donna, a female comedian who I've hit on stage in person. It's so good to have everybody here. So, man, Donna's great. You're gonna love her closing out this show. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. It's super fun. Trish, thank you so much for for having me as the first white man on your comedy show. This is a big deal. I'm not gonna lie. It is very rare as a man that I get to be like, I'm the first white dude to do anything. So it feels very good. I do appreciate you letting Dario go first. It is February. You want to make sure you get it all taken care of, but we're gonna have fun. Everybody's had great sets, and I'm gonna tell some jokes now. This will be fun. Guys, I used to teach. I don't teach anymore. Last year I quit teaching when I gave my 2 weeks notice, and I just think it's really funny that in America teachers are allowed to give a 2 weeks notice. I think that's very funny because I can't speak for all teachers, but I can speak for me. I was not a dude that should have been allowed in that school for 2 weeks after I'd fucking given up. Not, no, sir. Oh boy. Talk about mailing it the fuck in. It was 10 straight business days of me unmolding the shit out of some minds. It was pretty. Oh, it was great, man. I got to like walk into class. I didn't have to teach to like the state tests anymore. I didn't have to like listen to a student's IEP or the principal. It was just 10 straight days of me teaching what I wanted to teach. All right. In Richmond, Virginia, folks. And what did Winston want to teach in Richmond, Virginia? One of my students came in and was like, Mr. Hodges, what are we going to learn about today? And I was like, well, put your mask on because we're learning how to throw tear gas back at the cops. Hop in the bus. Let's go, baby. Yeah, use your arms. What are you doing? And I'm trying to show you this form. Oh, my God. And one of my students was like, but Mr. Hodges, I'm a Republican. And I'm like, fine, you can put the statues back up. I don't really give a shit what we do. I have checked out. Let's go. The 2 weeks are in. Let's do this thing. It's weird, man. Like, here's the weirdest thing is all the people that didn't want the Confederate statues to come down, the argument that they would use is if you tear the statues down, you will forget your history. And that's not how statues or memories work. That is not how either one of those things work. But wouldn't that be beautiful if it was? Oh my God. I was raised in Richmond, Virginia. All right. I was raised in Richmond, Virginia. Okay. I was taught in Richmond, Virginia. I taught history in Virginia for 30 years. Okay. I would love if they tore down a Robert E. Lee statue and I just forgot 30 years of Civil War education. That would be amazing. All right. Because here's the deal. I don't know how much you guys know about the Civil War. Okay. I just know I know more. That's all I know. And that's not good, man. Look at this haircut. You can't walk around looking like this in the South and just also know that the name of Robert E. Lee's horse was Traveler. You're not allowed to do that. That's a bad look for me, guys. I don't want to be the guy that ends up on Jeopardy and Ken Jennings is like, all right, in the Civil War, what was? And I'm like, the single bloodiest day? Well, that was Antietam. The single 2 bloodiest days? That is Shiloh. The single 3 bloodiest days? Well, that is Gettysburg. And you know what, Ken? We won all 3 of those. Yeah, because here's the thing. You all heard that and immediately Googled what fucking side is he talking about? What side is he? When he said we won, which one is it? It's the North. Don't worry. All right. It's the Union. That's right. We won all 3 of those things. Yeah. I loved teaching, man. Teaching was really, really fun. I taught at a school for autism. I only say that so you all know I'm a better person than you. I was an angel. I was doing the Lord's work, doing it every day. I loved my job. I loved my students. But I got to see some things that I think most people didn't get to see, at their teaching job. Like one day I came into my classroom and one of my students, this kid named Jeremy had drawn a teardrop tattoo underneath his eye. Okay. And you get one of those after you have killed somebody. All right. That is when you're allowed to get one of those. So needless to say, folks, being the type of educator that I am, I walked over to Jeremy that day and I made sure we did whatever the fuck he wanted to do. That's, hell yeah, dude. When you're making $11 an hour, that's not enough money to stand up to somebody that forged a prison tattoo. We're not doing that at all. Oh, no, sirree. I didn't have good enough health care to catch hands in the classroom. That wasn't going to happen at all, man. I've been spending most of my quarantine just watching Netflix. I've been watching so much Netflix, mostly serial killer documentaries. I'm like, I could plan the perfect crime right now. I have watched so many serial killer documentaries, but when you watch those, it made me realize I view female and male serial killers very differently. Okay. Because when I'm watching one and it's a man who has killed a bunch of women, I'm always like, oh no, he's a monster. How could he do that? And every time I've watched it and it's a woman who's killed a bunch of men, I'm like, oh no, what the fuck did those guys do? What was it? What did they do? Let's hear her out. Yeah, Meredith, tell us why you shoved 47 men into a meat grinder. I'm sure you have a perfectly good reason for why. Oh, he did not text you back on Valentine's Day? Fucking burn him. All right, burn him at the torch. Because I know every guy I've ever met has had several arguments with their significant other that could have easily ended up like that. Just a lot of times where you're in the kitchen, like, do you even know how to hold a butcher knife? Stab, stab, stab. It's like, oh my, yeah, just mansplaining your way into a crime scene. That's exactly what you want to do. All right. Man, I just my timer just went off, so I think I got about a minute left. So I'll get out of here on this one. Here's the deal, guys. I'm a comedian, so all my friends are comedians, which means that my friends are the dumbest people on earth that have the most aggressive opinions. Okay. It is poorly educated people saying things with extreme confidence over and over and over again. All right. My last live comedy show, me, 7 other comedians discussed the merits of William Shakespeare. Okay. And then 3 hours into the conversation, I realized that none of us had read anything written by William Shakespeare. That's the type of people that I hang out with, okay? So they ask a bunch of dumb questions, and this is the dumbest question I've ever been asked, all right? I had a friend ask me, Winston, would you ever pay for sex? And I was like, no, I would never pay for sex. And he was like, oh, do you think you're too good to have to ever pay for sex? And I was like, no, sir. I just know that right now I'm not even paying for Netflix. So just don't really see sex working its way into the budget. All right. But that's my time. Trish, thank you so much for having me. This is a great show and a great lineup. Everyone's done amazing that I've gotten to see. Thank you so much, Trish.
Awesome. I'm going to give it up to Winston Hodges. Winston, I used to be a newspaper reporter. And in one of the towns that I covered, there was a woman who shot her husband 37 times with a 5-shooter.
That's awesome. That's awesome, because that means she reloaded 6 times.
She reloaded at least 7 times. And
didn't finish the last clip.
And when she called the police and said, my husband's been murdered. And when they got there, there was a teacup full of bullets.
That's awesome.
I think her finger got tired. I don't know. And the guy I was dating at the time begged me to go to all of her court appearances because he wanted to know what her husband had done because he never wanted to do it. And by the way, none of the neighbors called. She lived in an apartment building. None of the neighbors called. And my brother, Steve, when I talked to him about this, he said, when you hear 1 or 2 shots, it sounds like a shot. But when you hear 37 shots, it sounds like somebody's hammering.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Anyhow, we're down to our last comedian. And this has been an extraordinarily great show. I'm super excited. So I'm going to, I'm going to introduce her. She is a comedian, sketch, and improv performer based in Hampton, Virginia. She has opened for Marsha Warfield. I'm not even going to throw in comedy legend because we all know who she is or should. She has played. She's played in clubs all over the country: LA, Boston, New Orleans, New York City, and she's just freaking amazing. Everybody give it up for Donna Lewis.
Yay! What's up, everybody? Thank you so much, Trish, for having me. Everybody went before me is just great. That was a wonderful introduction, so I hope I don't fuck this up. But I'm gonna do my best. But look, when Trish said this was the Hot in Here show, I'm like, damn it, I'm on that shit because I'm menopausal as hell. I don't know if this joke's gonna be hot like flashes or wet like if I cough too damn hard. Now, I'm menopausal. I am 60. That means I'm 720 months. And like I said, for you mathematicians, that means I'm 60 years old. Right? I'm so glad to have made it to this year. And 60 is a weird age because you halfway between being elderly and still being young. So I can drop it like it's hot with assistance, a nurse, and some grad bars. Or I can be dropped off at the nursing home. Either way. But I'm 720 months, like, people say, my kid is 23 months. Your fucking kid is 2 years old.
Yes.
Right? But just like a toddler, I sleep every 2 or 3 hours and wake up wet. But I'm not the only one getting old. Some of my favorite rappers are getting old. It's kind of weird to think that me and Jay-Z both got AARP cards. Which means some of his damn lyrics have got to change. It's like, if you got knee problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems and a limp is one. Hit me. Or I got big discounts with AARP. I got bad backs, cataracts, and aching knees. Big discounts with AARP. My bladder's weak. Always gotta pee. And since he's a 50-year-old man, I don't know if there's any older men on here. You got to go get those special examinations. And this doctor is going to bring him in and say, Mr. Z, you got a rock hard prostate now. A rock hard prostate now. This won't hurt. Grab the table. I'm an expert. It's the old man's life. Well, this past week was Valentine's Day, which means I didn't have a damn thing to do with that shit. But the day after Valentine's Day is clearly Side Piece Day, Side Chick Day, where side chicks all over the world get to see the light of day because that's the one day out the year they boo will take them out in public. And when the light hits them and they see their shadow, they get to spend 6 more weeks of stolen moments. This day also works for fuck buddies, jump offs, and side dudes. So I hope you celebrate it. Yep. But like Valentine's Day, I mean, this pandemic has made me make bad choices in dating anyway, because I'm single. I was married, but I'm divorced, been divorced a long time. And this loneliness and isolation will make you do some really stupid shit. Like I decided to get back with my old boyfriend because I forgot how bad that shit was and why we broke up, and he's lonely and reflective and isolated. And you think, well, It's too dangerous to meet somebody new out here. It's better the dick I know than the dick I don't know. Or better, the devil I know or the devil I don't know. But damn, you end up with two damn devils, and I don't need that in my life. I'm trying to rebuke the devil. And at 60, I mean, besides making bad choices, after 60, your choices are just bad. You know? I mean, it is bad. I mean, I'm out here with my AARP card, which means for me, I'm awesome, audacious, and I'm a Rubenesque princess. But all I keep meeting is advanced age retired players. These dudes out here trying to do what these young boys do, like send dick pics. Don't nobody want to see a picture of a 60-year-old penis. I'm like, the fuck is wrong with this banana? Or they mouth is jacked up, or they taking care of their damn selves. You know, I done seen more 50-year-old plus men with jacked up teeth, mouth just bald, look like an old dark cave with two icicles hanging out the damn top. Nasty. Like, what woman would let you near their precious lady parts with them yuck mouths? The next thing you know, you're gonna end up at the dentist trying to get a pap smear because he gave you gingivitis. And they don't sell Summer's Eve with fluoride nowhere. You can't get that. Let's see. Hard turn. I guess y'all saw in the news that NASA put a rover on Mars. Yay, science! Yeah. Now, I actually work at NASA. Yep. Wow. I've been there going on 21 years. I like telling people I work at NASA because they think I'm an astronaut. But I'm not, because they need a plus size line of spacesuits. Because during the pandemic, the galaxy and my damn waistline are ever expanding. And all them years I've been working at NASA, I've also been an Avon representative. So when they find some life out there on NASA, I'm gonna be ready with my brochure with a sale. And they said they found some water on Mars before, so I don't know. But where there's water, there's life. And where there's life, there's gonna be a little green alien with bad skin that's gonna need a good moisturizer. Well, let me see what else going on. Gotta talk about pandemic. Two things I've been noticing about the pandemic. When you spend too much time at home, you notice a whole bunch of shit. And I have entirely too many bottles of mustard in my damn refrigerator. Remember when we only had French's mustard? Now I got stone ground, honey mustard, horseradish mustard, every damn thing in my damn refrigerator. All right. Just like all the damn salad dressings. Man, I remember growing up, the only damn salad dressing we had was mayonnaise. Remember that? Or Thousand Island dressing, which is, by the way, the nastiest fucking dressing ever made. Who eats that? Ew. And now, I mean, now you go to the grocery store, the whole day, they got a whole aisle with nothing but salad dressing. Nothing but salad dressing. I mean, you got fat-free, sugar-free, gluten-free, taste-free. Yeah. All I know is back in 1978, if you wanted fat-free salad dressing, you just use less mayonnaise. Also, we know that streaming services have become very important for us to entertain ourselves during the pandemic. But I have noticed another damn thing. You got HBO and HBO Max. You got BET and BET Plus and CBS All Access. You motherfuckers ain't gonna $4.99 a month me to death. What the hell y'all hiding on BET Plus you can't put on BET? If you didn't have 49,000 reruns of Sanford and Son, you had room on your fucking lineup. How about that? Well, I was gonna end with something else, but when I think Dani said something about her cat and the teeth, I had to tell this joke. You gotta hear this, girl. Now, I don't like the fucking dentist because the dentist is intrusive. They got their fingers in your mouth and they doing all kinds of stuff. I hate the dentist. But my dog had to have 14 fucking teeth removed. Remember old school dogs? They ain't to have all these damn problems. I mean, climb up to a goddamn tree, feed them table scraps, and they lived to be 20 before they got hit by a car. 14 teeth. 14 teeth removed. And while the dog got a certificate of bravery for making it through the surgery, I got an $1,100 vet bill. I'm like, how much it was to put his ass to sleep? Now, like I said, I don't like the dentist because the dentist is intrusive. They got hooks in your mouth and drills and scrapers, and they sucking water in and sucking water out. And I told my dentist, I said, you the damn reason why I'm single. Because you turned me into a spitter and not a swallower. And that's my time. I'm Donna Lewis. Thank you very much.
Oh, God damn.
I was gonna. That was amazing. That was hilarious. Thank you so much, Don. I was gonna tell a story about our family dog who lived to be 18 and had no problems until he was 18, and then he died. He was like, "Okay, I'm done." But never mind.
And he got hit by a car.
Yeah, I saw him get run over by a car, and he lived for 4 more years. So he's an amazing dog. So, oh my God. Thank you all for coming tonight. This has been so much fun. I want to thank all of our performers, Julia Austin, Dani Riedel, Dario Durham, Jacqui Pirl, Winston Hodges, Donna Lewis, and I especially want to thank Ira Claiborne, who does all the tech and background so I can not make too many mistakes like I always do. She is awesome. I forgot to ask the comedians to give me their Venmo, but I will post it and share it. So I'll get them from everybody. And if you want to tip them, please do. If you find that too complicated, you can send me money and I'll send it off for you. Love you all. See you next